they have more responsibilities, but they learn how to handle it. They work well with their parents. Kids somehow work well with their parents. We don't know that because we send our kids to school. No, okay, most times. No, I see many parents are into personal development, okay? If they're crazy, well, they have another thing coming. Your parents are here, right? Okay, good. So, if you're all into personal development, you all getting along in a family business, you learn how to get along with the people. So my mom and I, we did not get along for years. My mom and I were always at loggerheads every single day, almost every day. But when we got into business, my mom joined Cashflow Club in 2008. This was about 3 years after I started. I started getting very popular very fast, right? I was still holding free sessions. My mom was an accountant, so she was very against what I was teaching people. She said that the accounting definition we use, an asset puts money into your pocket whether you work or not. That definition was wrong, according to her. She's like, an asset is not that. An asset is anything you can buy or sell later on, something like that, you know? They have their accounting definition of an asset. So for years, my mom and I were loggerheads. Then one day in 2008, San Fernando was begging for Cashflow Club, you know? Because I'm from here originally, but I live in St. Augustine, right? But I needed a location, and I didn't know where this church was at the time, back in 2008, right? The hair wasn't existing, I'm sure. But I got my mom to say yes to holding this Cashflow session at my house in San Fernando, which is where we started Cashflow next week Sunday, by the way. And I filled out that house, because I have a nice open floor plan, kind of like this. I filled out that house with about 50 people from all over the country. Rich people, poor people, all kind of people. People in business, years. And I remember halfway or three-quarter way through the session, right, having a real nice session. My mom grabbed me by my shirt sleeve and dragged me in the kitchen. And she's like, no more free sessions, no more free sessions. That was the end of my free sessions right there. She immediately joined my team. She quit her job, well, went into retirement, immediately, right? This is my mother. And joined my team, and we started looking at how we can buy this franchise. Because she realized that even though the information we're teaching people was different from the conventional, she saw for herself in the session how it had an impact on people. And she said, Raj, you're not supposed to give this for free. Stop doing it. No more. I'll put my foot down. I was like, what? I have sessions next week, what are you talking about? She's like, no more free sessions. You have to charge for this. You can't give that away for free. So that's how it became a business. And she helped me raise capital to buy the franchise. So we started running Cashflow clubs for years. A church in St. Augustine allowed us to operate for a long time on Fridays, so we got a good clientele from there. So when we monetize, we were able to, pay bills and stuff. But Garden Life was the first, and I want to mention Garden was actually one of the first companies to help us, right? Now, mind you, there was nothing, nobody knew what a Cashflow Club was back in 2009 when we went mainstream, right? That's when we went really mainstream and we started charging for our courses. We launched in Port of Spain and San Fernando at the same time with full classes. Because by that time we had momentum, people were talking about us. We hardly advertised because we didn't really need to. People talk about us a lot, they track us down even if we're not holding sessions. We got accustomed to it over the years, so it's nothing that bothers us. But in 2009, I was working Garden Life as an agent and using the program to help people and stuff. Garden allowed me to rent, I was at St. Augustine at the time, they allowed me to rent at a nice low rate the branch in St. Augustine, in St. Vincent Street, Port of Spain. And that's how I was able to get into the Port of Spain market and allowed me to grow really fast, right? So Garden really helped me grow. But over the years, they haven't figured out how to use it to their benefit. We were like their research and development department at the time. And one of the managers, Michael Austin, he was the one who was kind of pioneering it. But they were trying to figure out how to use this Cashflow Club thing to benefit Garden Life, But this is 2009, we were now figuring out, okay, the graduates are very high quality. We need to hire them ASAP. Okay, So they hired a lot of our guardians from Guardian, into Guardian, and some of them are still at Guardian today, doing pretty well. But over the years, when we started adding the sales training to it, the graduates became more valuable, right? I think Guardian lost out. When Guardian only lost out because of internal stuff concerning us actually. Because of course you have factions in Guardian that are against what we're teaching, and you have factions in Guardian that will support what we're teaching. That happens a lot in things like finance, where people have a sort of a belief system. When they go through the school system, you really will be thoroughly convinced that mutual funds are a good investment, right? Trust me, it's the worst. What's the fastest growing fund at UTC right now? Anybody? Fastest growing fund at UTC? Anybody knows? I'm sure everybody have money at UTC, right? You don't know, right? We aim for 13% return on investment and over in the game and in real life. So you know those funds that grow at 2% and 3% and stuff? We don't touch that. 5% growth? We don't touch that. 15%? We don't touch it. 25%? We don't touch it. 30% and over. In fact, in real life, we aim for higher than 30%. You see, once you learn finance, you learn how to calculate return on investment, you can find deals on your own and look for high return on investment deals. These are giving an 80% return, 100% return. This is why this should have been taught in the school system. Because even right now, even if you have a job and you have money in your pocket and you're going to invest in something, what are you going to invest in? You don't know it? It's not, you have not been trained. You don't know anything about investing. Even with somebody who has a master's in finance or a PhD in finance, they're broke. I just deal with them all the time, and they argue with me. One of them argued with me the other day, and I asked him, you started investing in real estate yet? No. I said, how you pay the bills? I self-employed, Roger. Like you, I'm not self-employed. I was like, but, so you have one stream of income and you want to give me a talk? You have a master's in finance? A master's in finance? They don't have real estate investments. They don't have business investments. They just have one salary. Even if they drive a luxury car, they look rich and they have nice clothes, they dress rich. You know, they wear these little headscarves now to look richer and thing, right? People watch them and say, wow, he's rich. No, he's not. When you look at the financial statement, at the expense column and the liability column, you see any Mercedes-Benz there? You see any house in Westmoreland? You see any Italian suits? And the trips to the restaurant? You see high expenses. One big salary, yes, but high expenses. And then you compare that financial statement to that struggling person you see down the road driving the Central. And he wear that short pants and slippers. He from Sawa. He living upstairs and he have his business downstairs. His kids going to public school. He's the guy who's going to the bank in the short pants and slippers. And there's a squat into the bank. Because he have about 9 backhoes. On the financial statement, he have 9 backhoes, 5 rental properties, 10 million in his bank account, 5 million in a savings account. Right? This is true talk. 2 businesses on the financial statement. How many of you here have a financial statement right now? They can go to the bank with. Or just have one on the whole? None. Playing this game without a financial statement is impossible. And this is what everybody is doing in real life. They're literally trying to play the Cashflow game without using a financial statement. When you play Cashflow and you use a financial statement, you're going to understand how important it is. Because every single week, the course is only 1 month long. But it's free ongoing training. So people attend and reattend for years and years. Because it's knowledge. No matter where you reach in life, no matter how successful you are, there's more to learn. So sometimes we have very wealthy people at Cashflow Club. We don't have politicians, they sit far away. But their family attend. We do business with them all the time. Right? Business leaders, soca stars, all kind of types. Because they want to learn this stuff. You're not going to learn it anywhere else. We would love for more cash flow as a startup. We have nothing patented. You can copy everything we're doing except the logo, because that's official, right? But we are around so long that a lot of when we started the Remax franchise, a lot of our sales were happening because of a lot of grindings that we had. A lot of them are buying property now. They did cash flow back in 2007, 2008, you know, when they got their first job. Now, like, they're making money, they invest in real estate. So they buy and sell from us all the time. We sell the properties, they buy from our properties, all that stuff. So people who criticize and said, that program doesn't work, blah, 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 they have to stand back and watch all those Remax signs go up in the town, one after the next. So we have 7 more years before 2030. Do you think we could accomplish it? I think so. I think it'll happen very fast. It'll happen, you just probably notice crime going down or something. Or probably they might not even mention it. Let me tell you something. I'm in the real estate business. I meet a lot of people with a lot of fear. People who want to migrate out of Trinidad and Tobago as fast as possible. The country is so dangerous, Roger. I have to get out and go Canada. I have to sell my property ASAP. That's the mentality, right? So I was selling this property in Vancouver, this nice townhouse complex. And the agent was using a fair thing on me. Oh, he's a guy that has so much more deals. Trinidad is dangerous, blah, 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 blah. And I had to stop him. I said, dude, here we go now. Your buyers, right? He said, yeah. And they want to buy the property? He said, yes. I said, and they own the newspapers that giving all them bad news you hit them with? He said, yeah. I said, exactly. I said, and they're looking comfortable in Cuba? He paused. He said, yeah. I said, right. And they invested in properties in Cuba? They're not migrating. Why are you taking China from them? So Trinidad and Tobago has been fooled. All of you all have been fooled. Just like what we see in the media with COVID and stuff. You all have been fooled. Trinidad and Tobago is actually a very successful country. 3rd highest GDP in the Western Hemisphere. Right? We are about to become a superpower. All you don't know that either. Guyana finding one set of oil and gas. I'm from the energy sector. Don't mind I not live in South again. I'm energy sector born and raised. Guyana finding more oil and gas than ever before. And the pundits all the world are saying, that's a superpower on the rise with a small population. They have never seen a country with so much physical resources with such a small population, 750,000. It went crazy. And it's so extreme, this guy in a story. It's so extreme that it's not really making mainstream news as much. Because in 2020, China GDP grew at, what, 7%? And the world went crazy. You all know how much Guyana GDP grew at in 2020? Anybody knows? 55%. They ain't hitting no Guardian and Express. They may want you to know that. They want you scared. They don't want you to know Trinidad and Tobago is actually a successful country. If you want to be a billionaire, you don't move to China and England. No, you come here. You don't move to Canada. No, that's silly. You stay here and you hustle. You learn the lay of the land. You become street smart. You have to be street smart. You can't be sheltered. You know what I mean by that? Street smart and shelter. Shelter people are the ones who, they stay away from general society and all that stuff. You can't be successful in business like that. That's probably for employees. But if you want to be successful in business, you have to be out there. You got to be dealing with all kind of people. Crazy ones, nice ones, bad ones, good ones, tall ones, short ones, black ones, white ones, all. And when you learn to sell, something very strange happens that we have observed in Cashflow Club. And we have never seen it in the textbooks anywhere. And we always tell our team about it because everybody that new comes in, they're like, Rog, that sounds like crap. And then they try it and be like, oh, that's weird. You know what it is? In sales, when you're really good at sales and business, when you're really good at sales, opposites attract. Weirdest thing, opposites attract. Totally opposite of what you thought and what all of us thought. Opposites attract. So, our first hit agent was a hit and show bonus. young black girl. Opposites attract. When you're good in sales and business, when you're good at dealing with people, somebody who looks opposite to me, fairer skin, easy clientele, and vice versa. When our agents try that and realize it works, they go all out. It's fun. And you know, you deal with everybody on a different level, you get a lot more attention, all that stuff. But the opposite attract thing, it comes in very handy. Especially when I close plenty deals. You know what areas to target? I will be magnificent in the West, I ain't gonna lie to all of you. I ain't reached there yet, but I head in this one. I wanna go and sell all the mansions. And I wanna get into selling luxury yachts as well, eventually. Maybe not in Trinidad, but probably Miami. Personally, I'm also looking at Guyana. I want to make money in Guyana. I want to sell industrial plants and all that stuff. True remarks, I could actually do those things because we want to be wealthy. But all this talk on Guyana that not making mainstream news has everybody kind of like, wow, we can actually become a superpower. You all know that? You all know pipelines could be financed, right? I know they're trying to chain all up. We have no oil, that they have the oil. We have the expertise. We have the engineers. We have the schools, the financiers, the experts, the people like me and all, right? In spades, because we had oil since day one of oil. The oil industry started in Trinidad and Tobago. Do you all know that? Oil and gas started here. The first well that was constantly producing oil was here in Trinidad and Tobago. America might take the claim of the first oil was drilled there, right? It's actually drilled here, but they won that argument. But the first well that was constantly producing oil, here in Trinidad and Tobago. Venezuela has the most oil in the world. You all know that? Right next door, 4 miles away. You don't find it strange that Guyana found so much oil? I'll tell you all something else that's very strange and has me up at night, has me very excited. Suriname found double what Guyana found. Double. Not a peep in the news. You also watch in the news? No. Nothing. Suriname is going to become a superpower. Alright, at least that's the talk. The next talk, it might be called the GTS, Guyana, Trinidad, Tobago, Suriname. It might be like the new Arab Emirates. The reason why we say it, you notice what's around my neck? I have clients from Saudi Arabia and Dubai, and they come in here because they come in here in droves. They're doing deals in Guyana already. Very soon they'll be going to Suriname and come in here. Very soon. Pipelines can stretch across oceans, under the oceans, from Guyana and Suriname to Trinidad and Tobago, and from Venezuela to Trinidad and Tobago. Let me tell you something strange too, and this is going to sound conspiracy theoretical kind of thing, right? Because I like science. Now, I like watching these guys from Ancient Aliens and all that stuff, right? Because sometimes they're kind of scientific, not all the time. Sometimes they go off in wild tangents, but sometimes they might make a weird point that you want to research more. So what they're saying now, they're using these new laser technology in satellites to pierce through oceans and forests. And what they're finding in a lot of oceans and forests all over the world are pyramids and city ruins. You know? In the Amazon rainforest, they found multitudes of mega cities with pyramids, with streets, with buildings, everything, all hidden in the deep forest. But there's something very strange about the Amazon rainforest and everything that surrounds it. The soil. They have a new name for it. I can't remember, it's like Terra or something. They have a new name for the type of soil. It's unique on planet Earth. So the latest theory is that they're saying that that soil seems to be artificially made to be extra fertile. They have never seen it before. They actually have a term for it because it's a unique combination of soil attributes that we just never seen before. It seems artificial. It seems made by an advanced civilization and left there. A lot of the crops in the Amazon rainforest are crops you grow in a farm that overgrew over probably thousands of years or something. Who knows? All we know is this area is very fertile. Look at our water, it's brown and dirty. Have you all ever gone to Destiny Beach and take a bath? Try taking a picture in a bathing suit in the water. The water's brown, y'all. Brown. Are we proud of it? I know we're not that proud of it, but we go to Maracas Beach and we're like, oh, blue water, thank God. You know? You don't want to go down south and show them sea dress and all them beaches down there with the brown water. But you ever wondered why the water's brown? The water's brown because of the excessive amounts of sediment in the soil. Excessive amounts. And when you go to Ghana, the water's not brown, it's black. Black water. You never see that anywhere else in the world. There's something very strange about this region that we're in. It seems to be very fertile. So all these attributes make me very excited. I'm in a country with plenty oil and gas. The people are hardworking, English speaking, smart. Even poor people are smart. We take people from, I meet people in Lamanta and beat them all the time and they're norms, just like all they just have less money. Some of them can't be saved, it's true. Some of them, they might have mental illness, cause them to be violent or whatever, probably grow up in a violent situation. You have those, it's true. But you have those that are normal people, just like you guys. Plenty of them. And you give them these skills, and they will start businesses back at home. They might start a business in front of their home. Why not? They might start several businesses. The 17, 18-year-old kid might start in sales at a younger age than what would originally happen. Most of them get into sales probably in their late 20s after they have their first child or something, you know? And they don't have a degree, but they still want to earn high salary and that kind of thing, that bills to pay. They get into sales, start selling insurance, or sell janitorial supplies, or whatever. Sales. Because sales is commission-based. Sales is the highest paid profession in the world. Anybody here knows Dale McLeod? Oh, you know Dale McLeod. What do you think of Dale McLeod? You in his branch? What branch are you in? Ramnat, that's in Central? South? Which part of San Fernando? With Chris Diana? He's a Christian Shagonas now? Whoa, that's a big mistake. You shouldn't let him go. Yeah. Alright. Why did I ask you that? I forgot why I was asking that. Why did I ask you that? Oh, Dale McLeod, yes, Dale McLeod. Dale McLeod. You all know me, Dale McLeod? He's the most successful insurance branch in the Caribbean. Right? I met him a couple of times. I want to train his team. You know, we'll be on a couple, you know. I'm like a younger version of him in a different field. Right? Dale McLeod makes way more money than the CEO of Guardian. The CEO of Guardian makes about 1/20th of what Dale McLeod is doing. Dale McLeod makes about 20 million a year. Right? The CEO of Guardian makes about a million a year? 1.5? You see the difference? And he's the CEO. Sales is the highest paid profession. Sales equals income. If you want to make plenty money, master sales. Be so good at it that everywhere you go, money just flowing. People want to do deals with you right through. If you keep on reading How to Win Friends and Influence People and applying it on a regular basis, and you have this positive mindset on a regular basis, people would go all out just to be around you all the time, because you are that person that doesn't criticize, condemn, and complain all the time. You're always positive, right? You're one of those persons that always trying to help people up and not pull people down. People want to be around you because of that. You're one of those people that make them feel good when they leave your presence, not feel negative when they leave your presence. You feel good, right? Those skills are skills that any one of you can acquire. And if you have it already, you can get more of those skills. What's going to hold you back in life? Your own mindset. Just tell yourself you're strong. Tell yourself, I'm rich. I'm wealthy. Tell yourself that. Don't be, I sound like a crazy person. Go in the mirror and look at yourself in the mirror and say, I am going to be very wealthy. Program yourself into thinking that way. Get accustomed to talking to yourself. Right? Of course, you have to do the usual thing and pray and all that stuff, but still talk to yourself. Right? Every single day. Do it in the morning too, especially when you wake up in the morning. Talk to yourself in the mirror in the morning. Tell yourself, I'm going to be very successful today. Today is a good day. What's something motivational? Do a exercise, do a stretch, first thing in the morning. So one thing we teach in our course, right, is something called the morning miracle, right? Gabs, put my slides a second there, and probably go up to morning miracle. You'll find it on the side. So we teach something called the miracle morning, I should say. A technique to wake up early. Because most successful people, one thing they have in common is they all wake up very early in the morning, right? And they start their morning ritual. Now, over the years, because remember, I want to eradicate poverty. That's my mission in life. That's my reason for existence. I'm really good at doing Cashflow. I didn't know why when I started Cashflow, but when I started Cashflow, I was like, this feels as if I was meant to do this because it felt natural. It didn't feel like I was struggling to do Cashflow. And we were running, remember Yuri in the early days, we were running 4 free sessions a week. We were doing Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays. We still run a lot of sessions. We just don't stop running sessions. And we constantly grow our team with the graduates that we have. Some people who graduated from the program, they might not join our team right away. Like Marvin did. Marvin did Cashflow back in 2016, and you only joined Remarks now. And that's what, 7 years? You know? Ronald did Cashflow in 2011. Gabi did Cashflow in 2013. Yuri did Cashflow in
2012.
2012?
Yeah.
Not 2007? When is it right there?
Oh, first time.
I remember. Hannah, you did Cashflow recently. Last year. Kevin, when you did Cashflow?
I can't remember.
You did Cashflow, this is my question by the way. You did Cashflow in 2007 the first time.
Yeah, that's the same.
In the church in St. Augustine. I remember. And after the session, you were a bit distraught. I remember that too. Why were you upset after the session? Do you remember? It was something about you were investment advisor at the time, right?
Yeah.
An investment advisor telling Cashflow. Oh, that hurt you like that. Could you still give advice after that?
Well, I had to.
Yeah, that happens. So, I'm passing this around because we are starting a new Cashflow program in the South area. Reason being, we are expanding the Remax business. So we're looking at opening our second office soon in San Fernando. We're the only real estate company and one of the few companies that constantly hire and train people. People just ask, if you're hiring. I say yes all the time. All the time, like literally all the time. Even if you stay with us for 2-3 years, the amount of knowledge you have, sometimes it might be financially beneficial for you to come back to the team because we're always growing and pumping and our signs everywhere and for now it's real estate, but I'm sure we're going to get into other lines of businesses. That's the whole point of a Cashflow club. You're surrounded by people who think like you. You're surrounded by people who have that mindset. So you don't just learn from the books and learn from the games and learn from me as a trainer and learn from them, but you learn from all other Cashflow club members, the people in your class, who might be giving you bad advice in the start of the program and then towards the end of the program they'll be like, hey, giving you good advice now because they trained. You want to be surrounded by these people for years to come because these people, they might be your future business partners, they might be on your team later on. You will see them selling on the radio, you'll see them on TV, right? Cashflow club members, We have a couple like very, celebrity type of members. Like I would say Hannah's a celebrity, Pastor Hannah, by the way, is a well-known, people respect her a lot. She does a lot of business. Right? We have a lot of that at Cashflow, so you're surrounded by that. Right? You're not surrounded by employee types who complaining about their job or complaining about the weather. You're surrounded by people who see opportunity everywhere they go. They go in the mall, they're the ones that are looking at stores and say, wow, how much rent they paying here? They see empty store in the mall, they want to inquire more, right? You want to be around those people. You want to be around people who sell a lot. When some people join Remax, the first thing they're trained to do is find others that are selling plenty and just be around them. When you're around an agent that's selling a lot, you are going to start selling a lot too. Because you're seeing their phones ringing, you're seeing them working, and you're around them all the time. You start feeling left out. You start doing the same thing they're doing, and eventually you start getting it, your phones are ringing off the hook. It happens all the time. So the more time you spend with people that they're already or at a place where you want to be, the more you learn from them and grow. You don't have anybody on our team that have the crab in a barrel mentality. I think that's impossible. And I think they'll know they'll get fired if they do have that kind of mentality in my company. Because I mean, we don't stand for that. You have to be able to help others, right? As Robert Kiyosaki said, Cashflow Club is all about people teaching people. And with the Remax franchise, when I personally went to Denver, Colorado to train for Remax, I ended up on stage teaching the class of brokers, and I was the only black person in the class. It was just people from Iowa and Mississippi and what's up, Roger? That kind of thing. I ended up on stage with my funny little accent, teaching the class. You know why? Because all this stuff just had Cashflow Club stuff, Cashflow Club training in it, an international franchise. So I want to show you guys something. So I want to give you things that you can take home and apply. So I want you to try this technique tomorrow. So this technique, tomorrow morning, right? It's called the Miracle Morning. So we teach our sales team this, and we actually teach this in the sales course, right? Now, before I go through the protocols of Miracle Morning, right? The first trick is you have to wake up early. So you have a 3-step thing to waking up early, right? The first step is you have to put your alarm clock, like my cell phone, put on the other side of the room. Anybody knows why? So when it rings, you have to get off your bed and take it off. That's so annoying, Roger. Oh my gosh. I can't reach the snooze button from across the room. Exactly. Get up and take it off. And when you take off that step one, as soon as you take it off, right next to your phone must have a full glass of water. Not cold, room temperature, like a bottle like this, right next to your phone. So as soon as you take off your alarm, the next step is to drink the full bottle of water, or half or something, right? That starts waking you up even more, which brings you to step 3. Step 3, you can either brush your teeth, bathe, or do what I do, which is make coffee. And that's how I start my Miracle Morning, with my nice hot cup of coffee, right? Now, Miracle Morning is actually a 7-step protocol that they follow here, right? 7-step protocol. Now, the first step in Miracle Morning, you can do each segment in say 2 to 5 minutes, right? This is simply a technique of waking up in the morning and being successful, right? So the first step is silence. Take time to sit in silence, whether in meditation or prayer. Powerful step. But why? Why do you, I know in a church, but why do your prayers, why are your prayers more powerful in the morning? Why do so many people take out their Bible in the morning and read it? Why in the morning? Why not lunchtime? Why not in the afternoon? Why in the morning? Anybody knows? Huh? Set your mind for the day. Very true. But there's another reason as well. When you're sleepy, and your eyes close on like this, right? We call that in science the hypnagogic state. It's a mindset, it's a state of, it's not full consciousness, it's like a halfway there. Because you're sleepy, eyes halfway down, you're yawning, you can't think too straight, Hypnagogic state, when you're very sleepy. Either when you're about to go to sleep at night, or you just woke up in the morning, right? Some people get that state when they drink alcohol, when they're drunk, or high, or whatever. Yeah, it's the hypnagogic state, when it's not full consciousness. In that state, when you pray in that state, your prayers go further down. Because it's like a brainwave frequency, right? Like an alpha brainwave frequency. You can duplicate the same effect using binaural beats as well. An alpha brainwave frequency. So when you're sleeping in the morning, and that brain frequency is alpha, and you pray, your prayers get answered very fast. You have more energy, you have more power, if you like to call it that. I had to learn these things over the years because over these 17 years of teaching people how to get out of poverty and stuff, I started realizing, all of us actually in the team, started realizing that consciousness was having more of an impact on people. How? In Cashflow Club, some people were performing better than others, and we didn't understand why at the time. But people from network marketing had an advantage. Now, I'm not a big fan of network marketing, right? I'm not promoting any product from there because I'm not a fan. I'm just not into it. Some of you all are into it, that's cool. But people from network marketing at Cashflow Club performed better after they graduated. Why? Mindset. They were exposed to personal development from day one. They read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Think and Grow Rich. They read books like this. They read books like How to Win Friends and Influence People. So their consciousness was different. So when they did Cashflow, they were able to apply knowledge a lot faster than vast majority of people that did Cashflow. So that started happening around 2007, 2008. I started bringing in personal development around 2009, and again, tremendous impact on people. It has to be done with the financial training and the sales training. It doesn't work on its own. So if you just read all these books alone, I don't think you might get far, but most people don't succeed just by reading books alone. But combining it with sales and financial education, wow. I've seen a lot of miracles over the past 17 years. And I know it's a long time that passed, but we are now starting on our journey. I still think we have decades upon decades ahead. Our plan is 2030 Trinidad and Tobago, 2035 Ghana and Suriname. Luckily for us, Ghana and Suriname have a lot of oil and gas, so that 5-year period now becomes realistic. We are already in Ghana through Remax franchise. I'm about to start training their sales team. There's a different franchise, different group of people, mostly Guyanese that live in Canada that run in Remax. There's a gap between the Guyanese, the Canadian Guyanese and the Guyanese Guyanese. There's a gap. I'm filling that gap right now, right? So that puts me in a position to be able to sell franchise offices in Guyana as well, because Guyana is a big country, right? So we're already in Guyana. So we have a lot of growth to do. So my message for you is this. Don't take no chin up from the newspapers and the politicians, please. So in Cashflow Club, we see a totally different world and we are trained for it. We deal with the people that own the newspapers. They're not scared of no crime either. They're normal. But you just have to be smart. We don't hire agents that drive luxury cars. It's just one of those things. We have it as a rule. Don't drive a luxury car here. I have one rich dude who has been following me for years. He loves our program. He loves what we stand for. See me rise in business and not get, full, swell-headed and stuff. He's like, wow. And he wants to join the team, But he drives an exotic BMW sports car. And his wife also drives an exotic luxury sports car as well. I said, I'm not going to call his name, but I said, sorry, you had to get Japanese foreign use to come and work for us. Because in real estate, we go to all kinds of places, and the last thing you want is people to follow you home. If you're driving a car like that, the chance of you getting followed home is very high. If you're driving a car like that, you have to live in a gated community. And if you have to be that sheltered, you best be an employee or an executive. There are plenty of people like that. That's okay. There's no right or wrong. It's just you have to know who you are and what you want to accomplish in life. If you want to be successful in business and real estate, you have to be street smart. You can't be street smart being sheltered, right? Living in a gated community. You have to be out there with the people. So drive normal Japanese foreign use cars now. Save yourself, and don't buy no hot car that could get stolen like a Cathedral or something, or a Mira. If you have that, look into training it later on, because some people target those cars. Look for vehicles that people don't target, but they're still Japanese, and you get parts cheap in the bamboo. You don't buy parts brand new. I hope you're not doing that still. Buy parts cheap in the bamboo and keep the expenses low. Right? And next thing you learn in Cashflow Club is how to keep your expenses low. We are really good at that. We keep our income high. When we make money, nobody knows. because we're not spending it. We're not looking flashy. I only wear this because I know hair real cool and it's stylish. I wrap this on my head if I have to meet any clients from Dubai or anybody who remotely Muslim. I wrap it on my head and stuff just like them. They're like, oh, they feel comfortable around me. I do more business. Am I from Dubai? No. Have I been to Dubai before? No. Do they have to know that? No, they don't have to know that. Everybody assumes I'm a multi-millionaire when I wear this thing on my head. I go to restaurants with it, get first class treatment. I can't wait to, I sell real estate in this. This makes me money now. The agent I met, who was from Guyana, he also was doing what I do here. He's also in real estate. He's actually the Sabga's agent in Guyana and Suriname, the top agent, right? He's gonna start answer realty in Guyana for them and run it, right? So he goes with them. But when I saw him, I was like, whoa. He looked so like very Muslim, like total like Taliban. And I was like, whoa, okay. I brought some of the girls and I was like, okay, would he be able to shake like Gabby's hand and stuff? I feel uncomfortable, you know? And he explained, no, I'm Christian. I said, so why are you looking like a Taliban? He said, does he look? I work in now as a real property. The Syrians feel more comfortable around me. I have clients from Saudi Arabia, Dubai, Yemen, United Arab Emirates. I have clients from Bahrain, Kuwait. They love the look. And people treat me like amazing when I dress like this. It's like, wow, okay. And I realized the treatment difference too. So a lot of us wearing this, we're to the gym and thing too. It's kind of fun. It's just one of those gimmicks that we use at Cashflow that just works and we're like, okay, cool, it works, we keep it. And teach people how to use it. Over time, we'll figure out more gimmicks. Because sales equals income. Once you learn to sell, you're always going to be in sales. You'll fall in love with it. Because it becomes fun. It becomes engaging. And you get to meet a lot of people. Again, once you learn how to do it. When I first started sales, at Same Garden Life, I remember they had an event in Trinity Mall once, right? Early in my career. And we were supposed to do something very simple. That like a medical thing, like people taking blood pressure and stuff, right? And they just said, look, to all the agents, so just go there and get names for the raffle, right? And those names, after the raffle is called, you keep those names and you call them for business later on, right? Easy way to get clients. So the agents went out right in the mall around, during events and started talking to people and stuff. One girl, she got like 22 names. Next guy got like 36 names. One person got 50 names. Guess how many names and numbers I got? 50? Anybody guess? I'll tell you. 0. With my charismatic self. 0. I did not know how to talk to strangers. I was uncomfortable talking to strangers and getting them to do something I wanted them to do. I could not do it, not even one person. I tried a couple times, I got rejected like twice, and I was like, I'm doing it again. I was scared. I was still charismatic. I was still running Cashflow Club, teaching, investing, finance, business, everything. I was interacting with a lot of people. I was popular. People were recognizing me anymore. But to sell and get people to put their name on a raffle, and then call up insurance after, I just could not do it. And if I struggle like that, all of you all will struggle like that, right? Because I started off in sales, in customer service and stuff. And I'm charismatic, I could talk to anybody, just couldn't sell. So this happens to a lot of people who start businesses. When all of you who start businesses and fail, most businesses fail. That's why. Number one skill is sales. If you do not know how to sell, you cannot make money in business. People are not just going to buy from you just because you have a business. Who's your family members? They haven't buy from you just so. Remember to the opposites attract? When they learn to sell, the people who will be more supportive of the business when they go into sales for the first time would be strangers. Weirdest thing. So when people join a sales team for the first time, what you usually do, what the sales managers usually make them do, is what we call, and Guardian does it too, Project 100. Project 100. Project 100 is basically writing down all your friends and family and getting 100 names down. People you know, your circle. And that's the circle you target for sales, right? No. Bad technique. Those are the people that are going to blank the most hardcore. Start from scratch. Get strangers in. The more the better. That's your money maker there. Those are the ones, those are the people that are going to buy from you right through. Not to say your family not going to support you later on. Your family must be supportive of you in sales and business when you're successful or you start paying bills. That's when they go back. Okay, you're running business. But before Run, I start paying bills and things. You're watching your business with scone. Like you can get a job in bank, you struggling doing that syrup thing. And they discourage you. And you all know how family could be very discouraging. Oh my God. They will talk about you and there's like 7 people coming and talk to you one after the next and the family get together. Or they will call you and text you. You know you should be more focused on your schoolwork. This thing you're doing is just not making money. They tell you all kind of thing. Discourage you. The same first hit agent we had, her parents were like that. They're very old-fashioned, conservative, right? So you can kind of understand their perspective. You know, good church people as well, right? It was hard for them, right? And that's the other side of the story. It's hard for them to see their young daughter, 22 years old, make $50,000 a month. She don't have a bank account. Never had a bank account, right? All of a sudden, the little girl acting like she's grown. She going on dates. She making money. She opened up her first bank account. This is her first job, you know. Her first job at university. They took out that job, and right now she's working Subway. Right? So it might sound like a bad thing, and most of us here it might sound like a bad thing. I'm 50-50 on it being negative. I'm 50-50. Why? Because she's young. Maybe she was too young to make that kind of money. I'm not saying all people that age would be that immature. Some people that age, like one of my top agents right now, Keaton Joseph, he's 7-time karate national champion, 22 years old. He's one of my top agents. Would I agree if his parents pull him out the job and throw him in some way? Nah, no way. He's more mature. In fact, that would never happen because his mom died during COVID. So my boy, 22 years old, have no safety net. His mom was his only parent. His dad lives in Tobago and has no relationship with him. Right? So he has to make it. He has to meditate and pray and focus on being positive all the time, because if you go negative, he could really slide. And sometimes in sales, that might be a good thing. You have to heard of, even in this book, Think and Grow Rich, battles, armies, going to the enemy's land and burning the ships behind them. So there's no escape. It's alright, men. We're marching towards the city and facing the enemy army on their land. We have to win because we have no escape. The ships are burnt. When you have that kind of mentality, you'll be surprised how successful you'll become. You can work all out. That's a really powerful thing. Right? So, I'm going to open up questions and stuff. It's 12:30. I've been speaking for like, 2 hours? That's good. That's pretty good. So, questions and... Hold on a second.